My name is Sharon Johnson. The role that I have at the moment is a registered nurse in IV therapy. That's intravenous therapy. So I basically go around and start IVs on all patients in the hospital. Well, I would say that I've been in IV therapy proper since 2001, but I sort of started doing IVs when I first started in ICU in 1970. And it seemed every role I had, like then when I was in open heart surgery, we started our own IVs then. So it's kind of been a lingering role. And then I retired in 2003 and stayed in IV therapy and did a little bit of emergency until 2009. The reason I came to Vancouver was I had a sister living here. And I had been born on the prairies in Saskatchewan, and I knew I did not want to stay there. So I moved over. I had been trying to get to St. Paul's since 1968, but that was a time when they were not hiring very many people. So I started writing to St. Paul's and asking if they had any positions, and no, they didn't. No, they didn't. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to come to Vancouver, and then I'm going to ask for an interview. I came to Vancouver, stayed with my sister, and I kept phoning and I kept annoying them, I'm sure. So finally, I got an interview, and I got an interview with Sally Staples and Margaret Banner. And to this very day, I can remember. And where their nursing services logo was, is where medical records is today. And every time I go by there, I think, oh my gosh, that's where I was interviewed and hired. And so I was hired on the 27th of July of 1970, and I was hired on into ICU. When I worked in ICU, which was still very young, like 1972, the concept changed from the doctor this, the doctor that, to we are a team, and we work as a team. And that, of course, is to this day. And all the disciplines are so accepted and so necessary. Otherwise, the patient's care is very fractured. With the research that's been done at St. Paul's and everywhere else in the world, I have certainly seen the cardiac area go from maybe 5 cardiologists. Dr. Kavanaugh was one of the heads. There were 3 cardiac surgeons. And of course, now all of that has changed. I was responsible, along with one other person, for designing the cardiac program. So we did that. It was the first ever in St. Paul's. And now it has been expanded by 5A, 5B to be very, very good. For me, working at St. Paul's has been a very memorable experience. I felt that I was always good to St. Paul's, and St. Paul's has always really been good to me. And they have allowed me to, go up the ladder and diversify and meet so many people. And for that, I'm very proud to be a nurse at St. Paul's. And I think it's a great hospital to work for. I think I would say to someone new to be open-minded, to strive for diversification. First of all, you'll be more marketable that way. And I think it will broaden your horizons by doing that. And that's how I felt. That's what I wanted to access, was just broadening my horizons, and I did. It was incredible.